Oh shit, is this thing on? World of YouTube, terrible sight here tonight, going over some stuff that is supposedly a hoax. Article of 7 of the biggest paranormal hoaxes in history. And I'll tell you something right now. With that being said, and with all the stuff that I've caught on camera, and like I say, my stuff is legit, of course, and I can bet millions of dollars or even show you $100,000. I could show you $100,000 to prove that my stuff is not no hoax, is the real deal, and stuff like mine is what should be looked at and not a lot of this other BS stuff that's put out there. But there is one in this article that I cannot, agree with, because they do have pure evidence, of paranormal activity. And we'll get to that in a moment. And number one is the, what the hell is this? Part of what makes paranormal is the Fox sisters. Now, sometimes this is something you can say, yes. These people are only out there trying to make money. Of course, sometimes people like the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg being a fake psychic, ripping people off, trying to make people believe that she's the real deal, but ends up being the real deal, later on in the movie. But hey, in the beginning you're thinking, oh, this is all BS. But for these sisters, night before a foolish holiday known for trickery, and March 31st, eerie occurrence at home in Hydesville, New York. There were rumors around the town the murder had taken place on their property years before, and the 11-year-old criminal spirit victim still resided at home, and they could speak to him. The girls and the mother would pose, question the spirit, and it would respond with strange knocking. With their upstate community rife, especially the news of others always communication, going on for different. Came with the truth. Their communication with the dead was nothing more than a childhood prank gone too far. It started with simple apple on the string and developed their further. Girls learn how to manipulate their knuckles and toes, produce a popping sound which would imitate that of knocking. So yes, besides being the gypsy crystal ball performers, here you have these sisters going around making funny noises, of course, and claiming that they've done this. And then once the truth was exposed, and of course, it's people like this that make real paranormal activity, why people be not believers. 100%. I give all credit to ones that don't want to believe. If they don't want to believe, they don't want to believe. But you can't help everybody that is trying to make a big buck or the game is fake. Excuse me. But when you got evidence like mine, and you cannot, do what I do. And yes, there is stuff that I've seen out there that's trickery. There's even software out there that could bring out you know, your body sitting somewhere, and you can literally now bring out a ghost out of your body or it look like a spirit. And I've seen it with my own eyes. There's stuff that's right, all kinds of computer software. But when you're going out like me, moi, with one phone, or my night vision camera that's now broke, I got my thing apart, though I might be able to get it fixed. Because I see what happened with my, looks like they didn't, I don't know if I'm going to be able to put some solder around my, or if I'm bringing it to like a computer guy, because I ain't even got the right tool. I ain't even got a soldering gun that small to even put solder where my charger port fell off. But I got my camera apart, and hopefully someone can fix it. I have to look into that. But anyways, there's no trickery with my videos or because I cannot do that. And when people like this make it look fake, it does piss me off. Because there's things out there that are friggin'. And my wife said that she was getting touched at the motel in Corning, New York, mind you. She went as far as, tell my son's therapist, oh, we're in a haunted room too, because a little trip out to New York wasn't for the family. I thought there would have been more to do out there, but the town ain't as up to its expectations that one would think. It's a real laid-back town, though. Something where one is, just out there to live. I tell you, it's a whole different world out there, man. And people just, go about their common lives out there in Corning, Elmira, Big Flats, Alpine, New York. People just want to be left alone type thing, But that being said, accordingly, fairies. Of course, back in the olden days, also, you could not, trick photography, any kind of pictures, or when them pictures are taken, they're taken. And I do got a whole bunch of old pictures that I got to go through. And I have went over some stuff that I found where his, faces in the picture and everything, but taken in 1971, 16-year-old. The images depict fairies and captured by Elsie's father camera outside her home in West Yorkshire. Experts, photographers were deemed to be genuine. So as you can see here, these little fairies hanging around this girl. And of course they're saying this is fake. Strings attached. Admitted the truth themselves article. However, both women claim to have seen fairies for real, even if the pictures were a scam. So, I mean, yeah, they of course, back then, I'm sure they had real thin fishing wire to hang these things. But one could say there's still things out there that you cannot fake in a picture, and that's when, supernatural, paranormal spirits come up in it. And I have one on a friggin' slide, mind you. I don't think I covered that picture yet. I don't think, and it's on a friggin' box train. And someone who took a picture, and there's a full woman or a body figure and standing in a doorway with no face. And I thought I covered that one. I maybe did. I can't even remember now. Now I got so many videos that ain't not funny. It's no joke. But stuff like this, like I say, people like this and the top girls with their fake popping, knocking noises, this is what makes, people not want to believe, of course. But believe me, there's some pictures back in the old days, right? I've already put some up, and I've got some more to do. There's no explanation. And what I got on my pictures are true, real, and I don't care what anybody says. I don't need a professional to come here and tell me what's in the photography, because I already can tell. Moving on to this one. Oh, the Amityville Horror. Now, one thing I like to say about this, and I'm sure everybody's sick of me saying it, but it's only true. You know, back in this time, Native Americans lived on this, I think it's off of Long Island, Amityville, New York. This house has since been moved, I believe, to a new location. And believe me, I'd like to go to the old one, because I do believe that this land was cursed. And the voices in Defoe's head, or whatever his name was, could have been the spirits of natives making him do, the evil deeds that he did. Even though he claims that him and his sister, the sister was in on it, I do believe that there was something supernatural in that house, and it could have been, built over friggin' Native American grounds. And no one ever friggin' said nothing about it, because, a lot of things going on and a lot of moving graves and stuff. And when people find this kind of stuff out, they don't take kindly to that. But when people want to make a profit and build a house, they ain't going to tell you it's built over a burial ground, for Christ's sakes. That's right. Oh, no, this is all right. Just move right on in. Give me the money. Give me the money. That's it. That's all it is. And I do believe Defoe. I believe him. No. I think that's his name, Defoe. We'll go down. Bear with me. And Ed and Lorraine Warren. They are to be claimed to have also being fake. Because at the Union Cemetery, I believe he said he had footage there in Connecticut. Now, I went to that cemetery, mind you, and my wife got bugged there, not me. Something was moving the truck, she said. I did not catch nothing in white and a lady in white, but there was something there moving our truck, and my wife says something about ghosts, and she don't want nothing to... Yeah, it is Defoe's. All right. Butch Defoe, Ronald. And, I could honestly say he was possessed. And I'm for damn sure to say by Native Americans. Because this whole island, man, once was, habitated by him. And a lot of land folks get cursed, and I do believe that he was, possessed. But with the Lorraine and Ed Warren and people calling them fake, man, I don't. There's some other stuff they said that, and maybe this one here, that I, brought into cleanse the house. Bring a camera, and haunting became a household name. No one has ever since lived in the home has reportedly any instance paranormal activity. What's more, the Defoe's lawyer admitted that he and the Lutz had devised the story of the haunting after imbibing several bottles of wine. But see, I don't buy that shit. No one's ever... Yeah, do you want to know why? Because the house was moved. Of course no one's going to have another activity. And if they did cleanse the house, these were the people to do that right. So with that being said, this guy here, the Fiji mermaid, said to be preserved remains a genuine mermaid captured in the Bay of Beijing. Bengal. Now, in the house of Pierce Haunted Mansion in Gardner, they too, the owner there, the new owner, has a mummified mermaid, the picture of it. And I do believe these things probably did once exist. And head of a monkey stitched upon the body of a fish. I don't know. I do believe that these probably did exist, just like every other creature in the ocean that comes about, Loch Ness, stuff like that. Before time, there was so much stuff here we don't even know about. That I do believe could have been the well to hell. Russians drilling a hole. Temperatures reaching 2,000 Fahrenheit. Well, of course, the crust and the core of the earth is hot. But, unsettling. I'm about to wonder, though, what's beneath us is right, and if it could be alien life form down there as well. Making all kinds of noise. This is something right here that tells you what is beneath us. And I'm always saying that now, because it ain't what up in space no more. It's what's beneath us. What has been under our feet all these years. What destroyed the dinosaurs, of course, they say meteors, but could have really have been something just trying to get rid of them and start a new civilization. I mean, it's crazy what is out there. One could think. Ghost Watch. Guess this is a something that happened in '92. Released Halloween, horrific claim to be genuine documentary footage to follow a group BBC reporters in haunted house. Stirred by the ghost mother of the 19th century child killer, reporters seem to consider the whole thing to be bogus, till one of them is dragged away by a spirit. It's revealed that the broadcast had acted as a widespread seance and the only given pipes more to go out and to terrorize the nation. I don't know, that stuff too, man. You think you're gonna make some fake crap up, but when you're in some haunted house, yeah, be prepared. Of course, the Salem witch trials. Now, this is another thing. Whether it be a haunted house and they're just trying to make you think that it's haunted. It's just a simple fact that these people ain't true ghost hunters. And you gotta have an understanding of the spirit world before you can start, really going into places and thinking you're gonna get away with spooking people and making stuff up. And if it is happened to be that this person did really get dragged away, I believe it. You have to watch the footage. I don't know if they have that up on YouTube, but I would like to see what it is. And sometimes you can't fake that stuff. And now the Salem witch trials lately, I've been reading that they're saying that all these people, they weren't witches, but they did have kind of, magic in them, but it wasn't like evil. Or the fact that people back in the day, women would work there tails to the bone. The men go work and the women do everything at the house. Take care of the kids, clean, cook, wash clothes, everything. And then their bodies get turned into, pretty much like rubble. You're getting all bent and crooked, and then they're smoking, and then they're drinking. And that ages you. You lose your teeth, your skin wrinkles. Whether or not the Salem witch trials are supposedly a hoax, or, just people in bad times and doing things insane because they're losing their frickin' minds. Only one would know that they had to live back in that time. Even though they say there is witches these days, it's like, what do you believe? All I know, the spirit world is true. And whether it be, I got my friggin' footage caught on tape, man. Everything I got caught on tape, I have it. And it's legit. But back in the days, you didn't have all that stuff either, but you could easily mistaken stuff for the wrong thing too. But what I do, there's no faking this stuff. You can't fake it. So all these hoaxes and stuff like this is why I'm struggling to get my stuff looked at. That's right. But hopefully one day someone will take it serious, because there's no faking in my stuff. All this other stuff, though, I don't know. The Lorraine and Ed Warren, I do believe them people 100%. Everything else, you could sit there and scratch your head and say, But other than that, folks, who knows? It's like Ripley's Believe It or Not. You can believe it or not. My stuff, you should believe. I'm the one here to make you believe. But stuff like this I showed you is what really makes it, oh yeah, that's all fake. Sometimes you gotta look beyond this fake stuff, let alone, stuff that just is, say, like ghost adventures or ghost hunters getting caught up with their stuff. Can't just let these little things and flaws keep you from believing from the real stuff like me. Until the next video, be safe, take care, always beware. You don't know where I'm going to be, and you don't know where the spirits are either. And two, you better believe, because I'm the man that's going to make it happen. That's right. Out.